Hello, Christine Cardoza here from Oasis of Healing Spa and Power and Grace Women's Group. And I got Venus beside me here, goddess of love. I'm in the Salt Cave, and you can sit, watch this, relax, imagine you're in the Salt Cave as well, getting the healing benefits from it. The negative ions here are really good for just pulling out the stress from your body. So you can take a few deep breaths as we talk about safety. It's our topic. And I'm going to do a little grounding at the end as well that can help you just to sink into your body. The intimacy arc, we're going to call this. I'm going to record 6 different videos, and it's taken from the inspiration from the orgasmic arc from Genevieve. If you have an opportunity to look up her work, I highly recommend it, because you can use her arc in any kind of relationship, not just in the bedroom. So it's just really good for learning new tools and new ways of being present, connecting into the body, and following our natural body cycles of this escalation, release, and then integration. I have some notes here just to make sure that I follow what I had intended to share. Okay, so being safe in the body is the first step always in any kind of situation. And you can use this for anxiety, depression, when you feel that wave of overwhelm coming up, or that sudden panic or scare fright. If you're conflict active, that would be in German New Medicine, or GHK, I like to call it. Just when you are feeling that you are in that unease. It could also be fight or flight, freeze, fawn. The F word is also one of those coping methods where your brain is just, the thinking brain has gone off. It is not online anymore because the body is in a sense of overwhelm. And so these will be some tools and some practices that you can use to come back into safety and to always be aware of what is going on in your body. This really helps to gain some insight on what your body's natural rhythm or natural coping method, if you're used to being in a state of fight or flight or go, 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 that hustle kind of experience that we have grown up with, to now one of calm and being present in the body, so that we are aware of what's going on all of the time, not being unconscious so much of the day. Okay, so part of the safety is reading your own body language, knowing what your body is saying. It has really amazing things to say, and a lot of it is for the subconscious. So the body language, whether it's tingles, that's usually a good sign, whether it's a heavy feeling in your gut, or flutters, heart flutters can be as well. That might be an overwhelm. And so just observing what is going on in the body. Okay, so right now what you could do, if you would like, is to put your hand on your belly button mainly. You can put your thumb in there if you wish. And you're just going to breathe in. You're going to breathe in 5 times, and I'll do this with you. And as you're breathing in, have a saying of I am vital, or I am safe, or I enjoy my life. Something that's going to bring you into a place of calm and out of, I usually say when you're in fight or flight or that overwhelm, that there's a tiger. Okay, so just imagine taking this deep breath now. Very good. One more. You can close your eyes if you like. Again. Two more. Good. How'd that feel? I notice even myself come from like, okay, I'm going to record a video, to coming into to calm, which is helpful so that I remember the things that I want to say. So basically, when you are able to read your own body language, and the more you calm yourself down, you will be able to read your own body language a lot easier, or you'll feel when you're calm and then all of a sudden there's a flutter, or your heart starts going, or your belly, or just feel nervous. Pay attention. What's going on in your environment? Was there something in the subconscious that just got triggered or aware of, uh-oh, there's a potential danger. There's a tiger. Okay, I like to use the word tiger. Um, all right, so when you're taking those 5 deep breaths, then, pay attention. Now you can look at, what are you feeling in your body right now? What are you sensing? I'm going to talk about frequency and sensing. Think of using your 5 senses, definitely, but we all have other senses as well. We're multi-sensory. And so if you can pay attention to what is going on, like for me, I'm at the spa, so I'm very aware. I'm recording a video, but I also have one ear to the door in case someone were to come in, right? And so that's just my awareness right now of where I'm sitting. How about yourself? Can you name it? Do you feel excited? Do you feel unease? Do you feel a little bit of overwhelm? Do you feel delight? Do you feel neutral? Are you bored? Right? Just feeling into what it is that you have going on in the body. Okay. When you are dysregulated, so feeling of the nerves or feeling that you're in that fight or flight or overwhelm, then it's really helpful to take those 5 breaths like we did to come back into presence. And some ways that you can come back into presence is to put your hand on your belly, like I mentioned, or if you're at work and you don't want to do that, you could put your hand on your thigh. And I could be having a conversation with you right now, and you have no idea that I've just gone into a state of overwhelm. I'm dysregulated, but I put my hand on my thigh so that I'm telling my body, okay, I would like my brain, my thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex to stay on, not be in my survival brain, okay? And so by putting that hand on the leg, what you're basically telling your body is don't go into fight or flight, right? Stay on board. I'd like the thinking brain to stay on, and so then I need to breathe and relax and be calm. It's kind of like, think of being the eye in the storm, right? Where you're calm in the center, even though chaos can be going on all around you. If you can get to a place where you don't follow or get up into that high, whether it's cortisol or adrenaline, whatever is going to be, going through your body, if you can still stay calm when harder things are going on around you, then you've really mastered yourself and your ability to stay present and in your body. That's the most amazing skill you can have, that you're not dissociating. The body's not saying, oh, this is so overwhelming, I'm out of here, right? And your brain checks off and you're off into outer space. There's some benefits to that as well at times, but just being mindful of where you are and what's going on when you are dissociating, or when your brain basically has gone offline. Okay, so with that hand on the leg, I'm now just grounding into the awareness of like, okay, body, we don't need to go into fight or flight. I want to have this conversation. I want to think about what I need to say. So it's very important that my body does stay present and the brain stays online. Okay. So that is one way that you can calm your body, especially when you're in a group of people. Or you could, put your hands over your belly like you're talking to someone. You're like, yeah. But what you're doing is you're slowing your breath down and you are calming your body so that you have all faculties. Okay, you're able to think about what you need to say and what is coming next. All right. So now that we've chatted for a couple minutes, take stock again. How do you feel in your body? Do you feel calmer? Are you a little more agitated, right? Think if you are agitated or dysregulated, take a few more deep breaths. You're just learning to get to know your body. It's your wingman. And a lot of the things that we have going on through the body is our body speaks for the subconscious, okay? And the language is really beautiful. Once you get to know it, you can navigate things a lot easier, okay? All right. So if you find that during the day or when you are sitting on the couch or you're at work, how your breathing is, or when you're in bed, that's a really good time to see, is your stomach moving up and down calmly, or are you in a higher lung breath up here, anxiety or predator breath? It's like that. Are you a mouth breather? That's feeding your muscles to run. There's a tiger. Your body is prepared constantly to be like, oh no, we got to be prepared to run. And if it is, just the awareness, breathing, hand on your chest here of like, we're okay, it's safe, right? You're just talking to your body differently. Your hand is your healer, right? You can just put that in there. take a deep breath, and I have my hand on my belly as well, and I can just direct energy into my body. I've completed the circuit by having both my hands on my body. And so then you can send energy or breath or whatever you need to in the spot that you need it to go. And just, again, this awareness of what is going on in the body. What is your breathing like? If you're nose breathing, then you are in calm. You are in rest and digest. If you are mouth breathing, your body is prepared to run. There is a potential danger. That's often with anxiety, is that the body's just tripped into an old pattern, an old time when you had a shock conflict, that like moment, and the body's just tripped into it. Or it might be, at the certain time of night during a certain season, those kinds of things. The body remembers, oh yeah, remember when the light was this low, something bad happened or dangerous or something like that. So now you're just reframing or rewiring the body to let go of that old pattern. And often a lot of it is just making a decision. Okay, I'm choosing not to hold that in my body anymore. Oh, anxiety breath. Okay, I know you're here. And that takes a little bit longer to work out. But, to calm and to clear when you realize that that is there. Okay, frequency. We are frequency. And so as you're breathing, deeply, what you're doing is you're changing the frequency in your body, okay, to one of calm. Music can do that as well. 432. 528 is the frequency of love. 432 is nature. 128 hertz is helps with pain. And I like using tuning forks. So that's another way that you can calm your body in the moment with feeling safe. But today's video, I really just want to talk about what if you don't have any tools? How can you access that yourself in your body? And number one is always breath. Okay, the breath is what will bring you into calm. It'll walk you down off of a panic attack, and it'll walk you up or into a really nice orgasm, okay? Just depending on what it is that you're moving through in your day, or relaxing at work if you need to, or your boss is there and you're not done the project. And you're like, uh-oh, I'm going to get in trouble. You can notice your breathing. It's totally going to speed up. And so you can slow it down in that way. All right. Another way to access some calm ways in the body is to hum. So when you hum, just practice right now. What I'm doing is I'm accessing my vagus nerve, which starts up in the head and goes down into the pelvic. Okay, one line. And as you hum, it actually massages all of the organs all the way down, which is really cool. Another way that you can calm and bring presence back into the body, safety, is to put your thumb in your belly button. Okay, and then find your bones up here in the throat area, and just below it is a little bit of a divot, and you can just tap back and forth, or you can tap on each side and go back and forth like this. What you're doing is you're accessing the left and right side of your brain, okay? And as you take a deep breath, then you're accessing both, okay? Another thing you can do is you can tap on your face. You can move your hand around your mouth. That's also a way on both sides. Helpful to keep the hand in the belly button and just move one hand and breathe. What you're doing is you're accessing the left and right side of the brain as well. You're getting the body out of that fight or flight. If you have cold hands and feet, then you are definitely in a state of conflict. And so you can use those tools, and I'll teach you a couple more, to bring the body back on board and to move the blood throughout the whole body. Okay? Another one that is really easy is havening. So you can just hug yourself, basically, and then you just move your hand up and down. The slower you go, your body's going to mirror that, and you will breathe slower. If you are in the office or you're at home and you realize that someone is freaking out around you, the best thing you can do, think about correlation and frequency, is to calm your breath right down. Really long exhale, as long as you can, and you keep doing that. And then if, let's say, someone was here and they're freaking out, I would just totally, hey, what do you need right now? Right? Maybe not in that tone, but slowing my words right down to a very slow pace is going to allow you to mirror my frequency, or the breath also that I'm in. If you're holding a child and you're trying to get them to go to sleep and you're holding your breath, or you're in some kind of anxiety breath, that kid is not going to sleep, okay? Because it can feel your frequency. of like, uh-oh, am I really safe? Is this person going to be here when I wake up? Right? So as soon as you take a deep breath and you can sigh, that is your body's mechanism to know that it's safe. Okay? If you're sitting in a chair right now, what you could do is lean back. And this is also telling my body that there's no tiger. Okay, so depending on how you sit in your chair or you sit on the couch, if you're always sitting up forward, you're prepared to run. Your body is caught in this, like a fight or flight way of preparing to get the heck out of here. Okay, so just pay attention to your body language. How, when you're looking at people, are you moving back and forth? Your eyes are going shifting, right? This person, that person, because you're trying to find the safety in the room. Safety is our responsibility. Only we can give ourselves safety. Okay, so just being mindful of that, of your body language. How are your eyes? Are you able to look someone in the eye or not because you're not comfortable? And that's okay. Maybe look at them and look away and try to engage with the eyes if you can. When you are looking at someone with the eyes, look to the non-dominant eye, which usually is the left. Okay, so if I were looking at someone talking to me, I would look to my right side. That's their left. And what that is that's what is known as the feminine side, very non-confrontational. If, let's say, I want to, create a routine, or I mean business, or someone's been, late 3 times, and I'm like, hey, this isn't okay, I'm going to look at them in the right eye, because the right eye, that masculine side of like, hey, I mean business. Okay, so that's just another little thing you can do to watch your own body language and how you are interacting. I'll notice that when people come in, they immediately look and check my eyes to see how I am. I can tell who's already dysregulated just by how they're looking. Like, is she upset? Is she safe? Right? Those kinds of things, you can really start to pay attention. Once you are aware of body language out there, you can't unsee it. It's really neat. And you have such a unique tool to be able to calm a whole room by just slowing your breath down. That's really all you need. And then we mirror each other. And one by one, people are going to stop and start to regulate with you. Okay? Another thing you can do is to pull down on your ears if you are dysregulated. Okay? You can do that 3 times or whatever feels good to you. That's what babies do when they are needing to regulate, which is really neat. So you can copy that from them. Another one is to take your hand and to run your finger up and down each of the fingers. Okay, so if you're in a meeting at work or you're having a discussion with a family member and you're totally dysregulated, or it's a conflict, just sit there with your hands in your lap, which I'm doing right now, and you can move the hand around the fingers like that, and it immediately calms the body. Right? You're not going to do that if you're being chased by a tiger. So just telling the body it's so safe, it's okay and safe to relax. Another one, just got some more things here. Another way that you can soothe yourself is to close your eyes and visualize that you're in your bed, or you're safe at the beach, or your favorite place to go, or that someone is hugging you. That's a really good way just to co-regulate the mind memory. Your brain doesn't know what's real and what's imagined. So as soon as you close your eyes and you start to visualize, then that stuff is going to start to happen most likely in your outer reality, because the brain doesn't know if it's true or not. Okay, and you're in that frequency of this is my reality, or what I want. Okay. Another one is brains. And with brains, what you do is you smack on either side of your arms like this, or on your legs, on your thighs. I like the thigh one better. And you can do this when you are really heated. It's so helpful when you're angry, or you're annoyed, you're frustrated, and your hands will go as fast as you're thinking. Like, just imagine someone just cut you off in traffic, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, what an idiot. Like, I can't even believe that they did that. They didn't even use their signal, whatever it is. And you keep doing that, and you just say all the things. If people are around, say it in your head. If you're alone, then it's really helpful to verbalize it and to get it out. Sound is really helpful for healing. And then as you're doing that, within 90 seconds or 2 minutes, your brain will give you a task, and you have cleared that emotion out, or that overwhelm, and your brain will give you a task. Go get a sandwich, go get a drink, go for a walk, and then you know that you've moved through it. Another thing you can do is when you're laying in bed is just put your hand on your body, wherever you want, wherever you feel overwhelmed. You take a few deep breaths and you just breathe out. Let's say, someone at work is bullying you and you absolutely hate it. Then what you'll do is you lay in bed and you're just visualizing, maybe the scene that you want instead of what happened, but also just like clearing off your body. You can imagine a waterfall over your body and you're just like, or if you're really annoyed. Sometimes I do that when I'm in the car. Getting out the frustration. Okay, so that's a couple ways to move that. If you're with someone else, then hugging is really helpful. When you hold for more than 20 seconds, then you both receive oxytocin, which is really great. Feel good hormones. Another way is if you have a partner or a kiddo, just you can co-regulate with each other by just laying on each other's bodies. So if you're in a couple situation, then let's say the woman would lay on the man and just hug basically in a laying down position, and you wait for the body's safety signal, and it's a sigh. Okay, as soon as, like, imagine you're laying on top of someone right now, you just take that sigh. As soon as your body does that, then your body is safe, and then that's when you can proceed with conversation or any other things that you want to do. All right, so the next thing I want to do is a grounding, and I'm here in the salt cave, and I'm going to move my feet so you can hear the salt, little ASMR salt. But you can just imagine right now that you are putting your feet into the salt as well, and your brain, if you close your eyes, your brain doesn't know whether you're here or not, which is really cool. So you just imagine, or you could be at the beach, and you are just moving your feet around and grounding into the space. That's another way to calm. But I'm also going to teach you another, just a way of grounding that can be really helpful. So if you are good to put your hand anywhere in your belly or body that feels safe, take 3 deep breaths. And as you do that, we're going to imagine that you have a grounding cord going from your pelvic bowl down into the ground. So we're like tethering you to the earth for you to feel safe. For women, you can imagine a Y from your ovaries and then the grounding cord down. And for men, from your testes. Imagine that as a space and a way to ground, okay? Down into the ground. And then you can imagine from your feet that you have roots, really thick, juicy, going down into the ground and wrapping around big, huge boulders of, let's put in some crystals here. So imagine amethyst, which is purple, rose quartz, which is pink. Fluorite is a combination of green, pink, and purple. Those are really helpful stones for healing. Just the energy of it and the intention is enough. You're going to wrap your roots around those rocks, those crystals, 7, 8, 9 times, and bring the energy of those roots or the crystals into the roots, back up through Mother Earth, up through the watershed, up through your feet, strong ankles, strong legs like tree trunks, connecting your pelvic bowl, okay, or your base chakra to your heart, to your brain, opening those meridians, and then just imagine the energy of those crystals like a light beam coming up out of your body, out of your head, and circling back down around you. So you're cocooned in your own healing energy or crystal energy. Okay, and you can feel safe and secure in that. And then from the top of your head, we're going to imagine the sun is warming your whole body. Like imagine you're out, at the beach or sun tanning, whatever you wish. And that feeling when the warm sun is over your body, right? It's so nourishing, giving us, the nutrients that we need. And you're going to imagine from a safe masculine energy now. The earth was feminine. This masculine energy of Father Sky, Grandfather Sun, grandfather sun, and then I always like to bring in the energy of Grandmother Moon, since she's there too. So it's just like now you're cocooned in a safe universal kind of energy, and from here you can make decisions, you can clear the worry of the day. Or a really good question is where am I resourced, or what's one thing I can do that I feel will move me forward, with whatever is going on in the moment. And so that is a really nice way to just, move and to clear through. All triggers are there. They're your mess enders, okay? They are there to show you, think of it like a video game, right? The path on how to resolve the conflict. And sometimes we just need to make things boring of like, okay, if I took that person out, if they were an actor in my movie for just a moment, what is this showing me? What am I supposed to learn that's going to help me to overcome this obstacle? I say slay the dragon, collect the gold coin, so that you are moving up the ladder of awareness or consciousness to moving out of blame, into a place of, okay, this situation is going to teach me something. I'm going to learn. There'll be a golden nugget at the end of this, right? And so just being able to sink into that deep feeling of feeling safe, safe in the body, safe in your environment. If you don't feel safe, then what are some ways that you can reach out for help, or, finding other ways of grounding, which is helpful, getting your feet out into the grass or snow, even if you're in a colder climate, as a way of really just coming into the body, coming into presence, coming into your breath, and saying some phrases like, I am vital. What's meant for me won't miss me. That's, one of my favorite ones. Or I won the spirit lottery. That's a good one. Okay, so just coming into your natural soul self and what you're here for. You're not here to struggle. You're here to, overcome some obstacles and figure things out, and then live from a place of joy and pleasure and delight. So if you're in a place of overwhelm in the moment, how can you walk yourself, up the ladder from the overwhelm into a feeling of regulation or feeling safe and content? And what are some steps or some things you can do that will help you with that, so that when you are in a state of overwhelm, you've already got some tools in your toolbox ready that you won't feel so overwhelmed. Okay, it'll give you that opportunity to take 3 deep breaths, come into your body, not to react, but to resolve from your body, to give you that chance to think about, okay, what's going on right now? What do I really need to know? What's most important? And how do I take one step forward that's going to help me in this situation? Okay, thank you so much for listening. Christine Cardoza from Oasis of Healing Spa in Waterloo, and also a member of Power and Grace Women's group on Telegram, and Bold and Centered for the men's group. And we have a beautiful community. We meet on a monthly call. If that interests you, then you can reach out. And just, here to support you through your evolution. Thank you so much.